Buckle up. It's time for Kewanee Memory Lane, where we cruise down the 4 lanes of Kewanee history with a detour of fun uncovering the past, coming to you straight from the Kewanee Historical Society in the heart of downtown Kewanee. Here are your hosts, Marianne and Leanne.
Hi, I'm Marianne.
And I'm Leanne.
And welcome to another edition of Kewanee Memory Lane. And we are back at our desk in our studio. We are scouting for another, maybe some other interesting places we could record. But for now, this works.
Yeah, we're back at our desk. And we haven't been here for a little bit. And sorry, everybody, we've kind of been lax. That whole life thing.
I traveled to Vegas.
Yeah, your daughter got married.
My daughter got married.
Congrats,
So
Sam.
first time flying, it was fun.
Yeah.
You were busy over the summer.
Yeah.
I think your
My
parents...
parents bought a house and they're moving
To K-Town.
to K-Town.
John was traveling all over the world. So we were all busy, but we're glad to be back.
Yeah.
We wanted to do show and tell again, and I have a scale that John and I were looking at. It's a cast iron antique scale, commonly used in a bakery to measure out bread dough or a candy store or whatever.
Okay.
Haven't gotten the years on it yet, but I was on eBay, and
Yeah.
we're not selling it. It is an artifact from the North Home Bakery.
The North Home Bakery.
210 West 5th Street. A lot of you guys might remember it as being Mrs. Smith's Bakery.
Mm-hmm. My wedding cake came from Mrs. Smith's Bakery.
It did?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I wonder how much that cost.
I wasn't in charge. Rob bought it.
Oh.
Yeah.
He was in charge of the cake? That's
Well, we
awesome.
went together because I didn't know where to go.
Oh.
And so, yeah,
Yeah.
because I wasn't from here. And he's like, "Oh, we got to go to Mrs. Smith's."
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was good.
Yeah.
And what did
I don't
you
know.
bring?
I don't remember. It was a long time ago. I brought a little plate that I have always thought was really pretty because it's like cut out, and it is the old depot that was uptown. It was torn down. I'm not going to get into that story because it's still a sore subject.
1985.
Okay, it was 1985. And it was torn down, but...
Oh, my God, 40 years ago. Dude.
No, it wasn't. The 80s was 20 years ago, Marianne. But anyway, this has a picture of the CB&Q depot that was in Kewanee, Illinois, and there are like a whole bunch of little trays and little creamers and sugars downstairs in a cabinet in our transportation section that is all about the depot and the trains that went through Kewanee.
That's pretty. It is pretty.
Yeah. I just thought I think it'd be nice for a candle to sit on, if I were to steal it one day.
Oh.
Acquire it for home use.
I picked this as my show and tell because, surprise, I am going to talk about the North Home Bakery.
Awesome. Okay.
Which was a predecessor of Mrs. Smith's Bakery. And what spurred this for me was, if you are familiar with that building, and oh my gosh, like last fall, the people that own the building, Ryan and Cassidy Bloom, they're Kewanee natives. They had the garage removed from the side of the building, and that uncovered a mural.
From the east side.
From the east side.
Yeah.
And a lot of people were driving by, they were taking pictures, and I said, oh my gosh, John and Leanne, we got to go in this building.
Right.
We have to check this out. Luckily, I knew Ryan. He said, cool.
But wait.
Okay.
How did you get our appointment, Marianne?
It was just happenstance that I was driving by, maybe purposefully.
Maybe you were picking up Gustavo's and was thinking about it.
I did. I picked up Gustavo's. I went around the block and I said, hey, there's lights on. What's going on over there?
Yeah.
And I saw Ryan, and I know Ryan, so I said, hey. He's cleaning up, doing stuff. I'm like, can I come in? I want to check this out. Yeah, come on in. And
Only
then I
in
arranged
Kewanee.
a tour. Because we knew each other, it was like,
Yeah.
I promise you I'm not a creepy stalker. I promise. But anyway. So we were able to take a tour, which was really awesome.
Right.
This is, as you know, the present day.
Yes. So what is the address is 120?
It's 210.
Oh, 210, sorry.
210 West 5th Street. Back in the day, it was 208, 210. couple different business. I'll get into that, but
Okay.
this is what it looks like now.
Yeah, you can still see the ghosting of Smith's Peerless Bakery. Which
For
is
sure.
Mrs. Smith's.
And then the owners, they put a nice little address plaque sign
Right,
thing there.
right.
'Cause I do think it's.
I think they call
I
it
can't-
the bakery.
They
or
do.
something.
I can't read it here, but yeah,
Yeah.
John's saying yes. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I just want to show you. This is what it looked like before they tore off.
Oh,
that. And now you can see what it looks like without it. you know?
right. Yeah, it would have been over here.
I'm looking at it backwards. Yeah.
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 On the,
Over here is what they tore off.
yeah.
So when we went back, Ryan shared pictures he had already taken, but when they tore off the garage, that's where the ovens were.
Right.
Not in the garage, but that's however
Right.
they built it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
But this is one of the pictures that he
Right.
gave
And
us.
that's from the top, looking
That is
down.
from the top looking down. You can see where the ovens went down into the basement.
And it was domed. Like,
Yes.
like you think of a bread oven.
It was so cool.
It was, yeah, it was domed.
So we have that. We just have a couple more of the exterior of what it was looking like when his person was demolishing.
Right, right.
And I know we stood on the side of the building and we talked a little bit to Ryan about what some of the signage said or what it was. I think at one time it was, help me with the family that had the meat.
Zang.
Zhang, the Zhang family, they had a grocery store there.
Right.
Which,
And there was, I think there was there's a coffee mural on it. There's like layers of murals on the building.
if you look on the east side, the west side, it depends on the sunlight and what's going on.
Right,
It is
right.
pretty cool. So I just have some pictures of the rubble.
Yeah,
This is when it was, before it
show
was
that.
cleaned up.
yeah.
That was before
That's
it was
them
cleaned
taking
up.
down the bakery, the ovens. Yeah.
Pretty cool. And then, here's a nice look of the inside.
Yeah, and that
This reminds me of the brick.
yes, it totally
reminds me
reminds
of
you of
the
the brick. It's the same.
Even the star things, which I think are like huge bolts that go through the wall to
right.
hold everything
Yes, yes. But the same white like
in.
porcelain
Facade. Porcelain facade,
tile.
for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I did a view from the back of the bakery storefront.
And
And
then
I-
these over here are the ovens,
Yep.
right?
Yep. I just thought it
Yeah.
was pretty
Yeah.
cool. So,
They were cleaning that out, and they were going to use that for their part of their house, weren't they?
yeah.
I don't know if that's going to happen now, but
No, and I'm not sure what's going to happen to the
Oh.
building. Not that it's going away, I just don't know what they're going to do with it. So,
yeah.
So, like I said, this really made me interested in.
I think we saw on Facebook or something, somebody posted that they were tearing down the ovens, and that's what spurred all of us thinking, oh, we should go try to see that building.
Because you got to catch history before it's gone, you
Right,
know. And
right.
I wish that we would have been doing this like 5 years ago or whatever.
10
but,
years ago,
you know,
yeah,
Here
yeah.
we are. So we're trying to do our best
Yeah.
to preserve so that you guys can see it. So this was back in the day when Wasco owned the North Home
Cool.
Bakery. This is from 1925.
Okay.
He's over here, the handsome chap over here.
Okay.
Also, Ed James is standing in the doorway, and then there's a man driving a 1924 Dodge delivery truck, and a 1920 Ford, and a 1924 Dodge. Another
And one one's an
So,
L. Hepner.
L. Hepner.
Wonder who that is. Wonder
I
if
don't
it's related
know.
to John.
Yeah.
Probably.
And a God key and a handy. But
Yeah.
I love this picture, and I actually
And-
had a friend of mine make this into a T-shirt.
That is
So,
awesome.
I
Yeah.
just think it's a really cool picture.
Right, right.
And then also here's a picture when they catered a luncheon somewhere in 1925, and it was at the bakery.
I was
So
gonna say,
it was
is that
pretty
at
large.
the bakery? Yeah.
Nice long table, banquet table. That's Wasco on the end.
Okay.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, all the cooks or chefs, bakers with their
Yeah.
with their hats on. Yeah.
Pretty cool. So it
That's
made me want to check him out some more and see.
And what was Wasco's last name?
Rogula.
Rogula,
Sorry,
okay, there's-
Wasco Rogula.
there's
and this
Rogula
is a
still in
picture
town.
of him.
I just love that picture.
And I haven't connected with any of the family members. I'd be glad to hear things or,
Oh, yeah,
but I just,
okay.
I wanted to get this one out there.
Right,
so
yeah. I love
just-
that picture
I
of
love this
him.
picture of him. He just looks like he's up to something.
Yeah. Yeah. Living his best life, he looks like.
So he had several bakeries over the year.
Okay.
When I was a kid, I visited Sartwell's, Mrs. Smith,
Mm-hmm,
some other bakeries. Both bakeries had delicious desserts. His bakery, North Home Bakery, was gone before I was a kid, and then it was replaced by Mrs. Smith.
Okay.
So I want to tell you a little bit about his baking career I have a couple of ads. He was a Serbian immigrant. He came to the United States around 1905.
Okay.
And shortly after that, he got into the baking world.
Okay.
And do you remember, you know where Willard Street is, right?
The old Willard Street or the new Willard Street?
The old Willard Street.
Yes, I do. In Kewanee, on the Kewanee side, right? Yeah.
Loomis Place.
It's Loomis Place now. Yeah,
So
right
it'd
along
be,
the train tracks.
to the north of what used to be Abilities Plus, between kind of that green space and the tracks.
Yeah.
So that was a busy place. So he had a bakery he was running for Frank Whiffen.
I tell you, that Whiffen name comes up all the time.
It was at 111 Willard Street. He built it on the south side of the road. So
Okay.
one of our favorite places to go is Gustavo's, which is the old Uncle
Yeah.
Uncle Joe's. And so it would have been behind Gustavo's and like closer to Loomis Place.
Okay,
So
okay.
there was this really nice 2-story building. He was a baker out of that.
Okay.
He was catering to foreign consumers. Like I said, he's a Serbian immigrant, and he really wanted to do good works and help his people, his fellow man. Yeah, I mean, immigrant or not.
Yeah.
But it was a 2-story, like I said, and then Mr. Rogula, I found it spelled different ways, and I don't know if it's Wasco or Vasco. I've seen that different ways, and also Rogulja. So in the old language, we say
Right.
Rogula nowadays. But he used the upper story as living rooms, and he's going to bake only bread such as used by the Slavs and other foreigners in the cities. The loaves are about like rye bread and are twice as large as an ordinary loaf, inasmuch as there are about 1,200 persons in the city who prefer this kind of bread. I don't know who took the survey, but, there, he's busy.
Yeah.
So he thought he's going to establish a flourishing business. So
Okay.
good. So, and the work was erecting the building was Mercer and Peterson. I don't know them, but I just thought I'd mention it. So,
I wonder what that bread is. I wonder if there's like a bread now.
Well, I know growing up,
Kewanee families, hook us up, man.
yeah,
I'd like
and
to know.
I know growing up, my family, we went up to the Polish neighborhood a lot up in
Sure.
Chicago by Midway Airport.
Okay.
And my dad would bring home dark rye breads, and I don't know if it's similar to that. So it's pretty substantial, like dense bread. So I don't know, but I'm still following, and this is in 1907. So he started in July. So in August, he had 2 bakers and a delivery driver that were kept busy all day.
Wow.
They're running all over town delivering his bread. They can hardly
with a horse.
with a horse.
Okay.
Each loaf was about 2 feet long.
Okay.
That's twice the foot long at Subway. Duh. Did you know if you don't eat bread and you go to Subway and you want the contents of the sandwich but not the bread, because I am gluten-free, I'm allergic,
Yeah.
okay? You can get a coupon to buy a foot long, right? They send coupons in the mail.
Right.
Coupon. So if you go to the store with that coupon, corporate won't allow the stores to just sell you
The stuff?
the stuff in a bowl without the bread. Now, I think that's just wrong. I could ask for the toppings in a bowl and take the bread too. Oh, I just thought of a solution.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can they just hand you the bread and you?
So I don't want 2 feet, but whatever. So
Anyway,
I don't hate Subway. I'm just telling you, it's just frustrating. Okay, moving on. So,
but we digress.
So, they retailed their bread in 1907 for 8 cents and had about 2 pounds of ingredients in each one.
Holy mackerel.
The pans for these things. But anyway.
Well, if it was a dense rye, I could see rye flour being that.
All the baking was in an up-to-date oven in the basement, and the ground floor was used as the stock room and the sales room, while the proprietor has his living room on the 3rd floor. Well, I guess they were counting the basement as floor 1. So then, but basement. So, yeah. So, but they were selling brown bread by the ton.
By the ton?
Yeah. Still, he's baking 800 loaves of bread a day. I don't know how long they were open, but that seems like a heck of a lot of bread. 800 loaves.
Especially since they're double the length.
Right, and nowadays, do they have all these ovens in a big I just don't know how they're doing this. But anyway, whatever. I digress. Here's one of his ads from October. This is where it says Wasco Rogula. I don't know, but Austrian bakery groceries. Bread was 5 cents. A large size was 10 cents.
Okay.
What else does it say? White Swan flour. You could buy a sack. They had canned goods, coffee, sugar, and the prices were right.
Okay. So, what is Union Bakery and Grocery?
I thought that was interesting. So eventually, his bakery moves to 208 210 West 5th, but before that, I've never seen reference of that before, Union Bakery and Grocery, so I really don't know what to think. So I'm not sure on that one. I got to look up the Union Bakery and Grocery. I don't know, but anyway. They weren't just your ordinary bakery.
No.
Cake. Peter Pan cakes are in a class by themselves. This is by 1928. Oh, I got to back up a minute.
Okay.
There's a Germanovich reference.
Nick Germanovich?
Yeah, I got sidetracked by looking at my ad. So, Wasco worked as a baker for the Germanovich brothers. After the fire.
Oh, after the fire on East
Willard
Street?
Street, they had in 1907 to 1909, Wasco had his bakery on Willard Street,
Yes.
and then they had a fire in 1909.
Oh,
It
okay.
was discovered at 4 a.m., damaged the whole building, took it out.
Yeah.
So Wasco's like, what am I going to do?
Right.
So he decides he's going to work for the Germanovich brothers, which, as we know, was on West 5th Street. Remember Park and
Yes.
5th? And then it was a bike shop later, but at the top of Park Street on West 5th, that
Down
store,
there. Yeah,
that's where
yeah.
he worked
Okay. Okay.
And the Germanoviches, they weren't related, but there was like a marriage in there, so there was like a common whatever.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
know. But
Everybody's related.
he
to
worked
one.
there for about 6 years. Then he decided, I'm going to open my own bakery. And in 1917, he opened his bakery, which is the North Home Bakery, which are the pictures that I started with.
So
that I
wait.
was talking about.
Nick Germanovich, which we talked about
Yes.
with the brick.
Yes.
Okay.
Which
Which was last season.
Last
so
season.
go check that out.
at Elman 6.
Yes.
Yes.
So, didn't the Germanoviches also own Mrs. Smith's North Home?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. So for some reason, I thought.
Well, the Germanoviches
there.
had that grocery store at Park and 5th, and they also had a grocery store where Ghetto Gas is. On East and 3rd. Sorry, I had to
It
say
makes
it again.
another appearance.
I had to say it again. But
Okay.
at East and 3rd,
Okay, yes,
they had
yes.
that there too.
Okay,
And so,
okay. For some
and
reason,
then
I
they
thought it-
became the German bro. They cut off the bitch. So
Okay,
whatever,
sorry.
whatever. No, you're fine. You know, we do a lot of research here, and I know at night we get a little more squirrely when we're recording. But we've done so much research. It's like
And everything is so connected.
it is. It totally is. It totally is.
I mean, it still is.
but anyway.
Okay.
So there is an ad by 1928. He's making cakes too. He's making these cakes that are Peter Pan cakes that are in a class by themselves. The party that finds the balloon with our certificate will certainly be lucky. He will be given 3 Peter Pan cakes. Oh, so he did like a Willy Wonka thing. So they had
okay.
if you had a certificate in your cake, you get to go back and get 3 more kits.
No, it's a balloon.
Oh, the balloon, yeah.
I
told ya.
don't know.
I
Wait,
just,
I don't know. Well, we'll have to figure that out. So you had to find a balloon.
Yeah, find the balloon with our certificate. You get 3 Peter Pan
Okay.
cakes. Ask your dealer for Peter Pan cakes. They are delightfully different.
Oh.
So I thought that was interesting.
Okay.
But yeah, so.
I wonder what a Peter Pan cake is.
One of the last ads I found was from 1931, and as you know, back in the day, homes were heated with coal. Mm-hmm. Then you had to wipe down your walls. It was
Yeah,
a big hot
right,
mess.
right.
So in 1931, he was still in the bakery,
Okay.
and boost Kewanee by using local coal and Kewanee-made bread. So if you ate
Okay.
the bread and used the Kewanee coal,
Okay.
you're really helping out everybody.
Yeah.
By using Kewanee bread and Kewanee coal, you finish employment for miners and bakers who reside in the city. Our feature loaves are special, commander, and delicious. Our product is made of the best quality ingredients and by bakers who have their homes in Kewanee. Hey, we are big on saying shop local
That's right,
lately,
yeah.
and so this is kind of one of those things.
And this is 1931, so Depression is here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
So,
and my mom, that would have been months before she was born. So my mom was born in 32. But yeah.
Okay.
So he was really in it. Loved what he was doing. And then I think he stuck around until Well, it was like right about that time he closed shop. This ad was 1931, and I think right after that is when
Really?
he closed his shop.
Okay.
And then according to the census record, or I'm sorry, the Nosy Neighbor book, the city directory.
City directory.
Edward Johnson bought it. He was a baker.
Okay.
And then after that, for 1 year in 1937, it was the Partridge Pie Shop. I'm telling you, it's all connected.
Yep.
Was that season 1, 2? No, we just did.
No, that was last season.
Was that last season?
Yeah.
Anyway. So anyway, but
remember
then it
this.
ended up being sold to Mrs. Smith.
Okay.
Mrs. Smith's Bakery in the 30s. He continued to work there until he couldn't work anymore. He still, was a lifelong baker.
Okay.
So,
okay.
yeah.
So what year was he born? Do you know? I hate to just throw that out. I was just wondering how old was he when he closed his shop? So if he closed it in 31-ish.
Oh, you know what?
I'm sorry.
I
I'm
don't
sorry.
have his obituary right here.
Okay.
I
It's
did
okay.
have it.
It's okay.
He did die in 71,
Okay.
October of 1971.
Okay. Does it say when he was born?
Well, he immigrated in 1905.
Okay.
So
Probably as an adult.
I'm going to say about 1885.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah. I know he was a baker, but what I just really, really loved hearing about him was how much he gave back to the community.
Okay.
Not just the Serbian community. In 1907 and 1909, remember he was on Willard Street baking bread in Mr. Whiffen's building, which
Okay.
eventually burned down. But while he was there, like I said, he was baking bread for the Kewanee Soup Kitchen.
Oh. Okay.
I did not know that Kewanee had a soup kitchen.
Yeah. In 1907.
1907, they had a soup kitchen there for about 3 years. The first day they opened, they served 1,200 meals.
1,200 meals. Mm-hmm. First of all, that's a lot of bread.
I know, right? And I don't even know what the meal, probably soup and bread.
Yeah, probably
easy.
soup, yeah.
The daily average was 600 meals, and over a 3-year period, they served 42,000, well, almost 43,000 meals, costing $1,500.
And how much would that be now?
$50,000.
$50,000.
Because I knew we would want to know.
Yeah.
1,500 to 50,000.
And he, he was able to do that. I mean, the fact that, I'm sure he probably got donations. People
And
come.
I wasn't able to. I mean, if I really, I wish I would have dug a little deeper to
Yeah.
find out who was some of the funding
Well,
sources.
where do you stop? Yeah.
But soup, maybe a little piece of meat, some bread.
Yeah.
How grateful
gosh,
people
can you
are.
imagine
Yeah.
how much
Yeah.
that?
Yep.
He was well enough that he was able to give that. He was, or with help, obviously, with help. But and he did. So that's amazing.
So, yeah. Around 1908, Slavs were leaving the city. Article I found was just that there wasn't enough work and stuff for them to go around. So I don't know where they ended up. But back to Wasco.
Okay.
There was a Kewanee Serbian Eagle Lodge, number 116. I didn't know that. That was a local club, a benevolent society.
So it was like it was the Eagles, but it was only Serbians? Mm-hmm. Okay.
It was in Taylor Hall at 112 West 2nd Street. Just over here.
Yeah. Okay.
So the goal was to assist their brother and sister members in case of sickness and accident, and assist families of dead members, paying them death and benefits. They also assisted with members becoming United States citizens. So
that's amazing.
kind of like what the Belgian Sick Fund that we've heard about. So I thought that was pretty cool that they, helped each other out. And,
Right.
And I'm looking at some of these names, and some of them may or may not be buried in the Russian cemetery that we visited recently, which we'll talk about another time.
Yeah.
So, yeah. One of the cool things that I thought he did was in 1923, December, the headline is Northside Baker in a Santa Claus roll to school children. $5.
I thought you meant.
Wait, what?
He's a baker, and you just said Santa Claus roll. And I'm like,
Oh, there's a Santa
There's
Claus
a roll?
Not
Shape?
R-O-L-L, but R-O-L-E.
okay.
So
He dressed as Santa Claus.
for whatever reason in 1923, he's like, hey, I'm going to dress up as Santa and I'm going
Okay.
to help the little kids of the community.
Okay.
So he gave $5 to every school in the city.
Okay.
So in 1923, how much is $5?
I don't
even
know, but still not.
To be applied to their annual Christmas Tree Fund. He also gave candy to the school children during the holidays. He invited teachers for a Thanksgiving dinner one year, probably at the restaurant, like what we, saw. He helped teachers to obtain school supplies. Now they're doing Amazon wish lists.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a lot to supply yourself.
Yeah.
If students brought bread wrappers back to the bakery, he would give them school supplies, and then students received an ice cream cone at the end of the school year.
That's amazing. He is giving so much back to the community.
He would give them notes that says, "Tell all the boys and girls in Kewanee to be real good, as I am planning on having a report from you and will take care of all of them upon your recommendation." It was a special delivery from Santa Claus. I just thought that was pretty cool.
That is awesome.
Very cool. And then what I want to talk about is the corner of 5th and Tremont Street. They had a new Tossel service station built in 1928. It was a gas station. And I want to say it is behind where the mailograph was.
Okay.
Not quite facing the bakery, but in that, like, it's just like a building down.
Okay. Yeah.
So this was in 1928. And they wanted to have a community celebration dance on the pavement between Chestnut and Tremont Streets on 5th Street.
Okay.
May of 1928.
Okay.
So 1928, they didn't really have a lot of pavement. They had dirt or bricks or I don't know. But Wasco was helpful in getting this area paved.
Wow.
And then he thought they should have a celebration, so they orchestrated a dance. He talked to the city leaders, and they got the street, that block, blocked off. He had his own block party. I thought it was pretty cool.
That is awesome.
He's giving back to the community.
Right.
So, and the new service station was financed by Wasco Rogula and the North Home Bakery,
Okay.
Anderson Construction Company, Dooley Brothers Plumbing,
Okay.
which Dooley Brothers is still around almost 100 years later.
Yeah.
A.A. Williams, Kewanee Electric and Auto Supply.
Okay.
And I know we're short on time. I could go on and on about Wasco. I think he's a pretty cool dude.
He is a cool
Like I
dude.
said, I love
that
the picture that
Yeah.
I showed you of him. Just
Yeah.
really researching this building at 210 West 5th helped me uncover some neat stories from the early years of Kewanee and just really appreciate it even more and just the history of that
And
building.
one guy did all that
and
for
one guy
his
did it all.
town.
So
That is great.
yeah. So
Well,
anyway.
thanks, Marianne.
Yeah.
I
What did
came
you
in
think?
here-
Go ahead. What were you gonna
I
say?
knew nothing about Wasco Rogula except for the name and that he had something to do with the bakery.
So we have Germanovich reference. We have a Whiffen reference. What else did I say? But they're all connected. You know?
Everybody's connected.
They're all connected. So
Whiffen.
what did you think when you saw the building?
Oh, I thought it was fascinating.
Yeah.
The fact that, well, in the part that was Mrs. Smith's, they still have where the donuts
I
were.
forgot about that. The donut case.
The donut
Yeah,
case there.
yeah.
I mean, obviously, it's not
It was
just for
pretty
donuts.
cool. It was pretty
but
cool.
Yeah. I remember coming in that door and just standing in that little lobby. So. Yeah. No, this whole thing is fascinating to
Yeah.
me, and I'm glad they.
I just loved
redo that
his
building and-
giving spirit and sense of
Right.
community. You know, he became a citizen. He immigrated. You know, the American dream, and he wanted to help any person. And obviously, education and kids were very
Right.
important to him.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
I was really happy to find out about him. I
Yeah,
couldn't wait
me
to tell
too.
you guys. So,
Me too.
Yeah.
So thanks for doing that.
Yeah.
And thank you for tuning in. And I guess we'll see you next time when we have our next episode. It's now it's August now when we're filming, and it's almost time for Hog Days. So I hope you guys enjoy your family and whoever comes to town.
And happy Hog Days.
Happy Hog Days. We'll see you at the museum.
See ya.
Thanks for cruising with us today. We hope you enjoyed the show and you'll join us for our next cruise down Kewanee Memory Lane.